Hello, and this is the Warp Forge with with one of the first episodes of this new TV series. Well, not TV series, I would say the new series that is called Ave Dominus Nox. This is a new project for my Chaos Space Marines, and for those who do not know, Ave Dominus Nox is the catchphrase or war chant or war cry from the Night Lords chapter. Well, now Legion. So basically, yeah, I've kind of fallen for the Night Lords. I really like I just like the background, the Space Punisher Batman-esque-ness of it, and Kurz is just a mad case of all the anger and all the feels. No wait, that's Logar. But no, I really do like Kurz. I like Kurz a lot, and I like Sevatar. Sevatar's one of my favourite characters in the Horus Heresy series. So I kind of just wanted to do Night Lords, and I just love the tactics, I love everything about them. So with this first episode, I'll be showcasing my first kind of really raw conversions, which are my Forgefiends, Mauler Fiends, and they are magnetised so they can be either or. So I'm not going to go too much into the process of how I made these, only because I've tried making videos tons of times before of this very video, and every time either some technical faults came up where it's just been crashed and it won't let us restart or anything, and I lose all the memory and all that, or I'm putting it through the laptop and it's still getting like crashed or erased. So I've had quite a few takes of this only just to like get told, oh look, it's all erased. So I'm just going to say the bits and what I like and what I dislike, what I found easy, what I found hard kind of thing. So the bits I used were from the Forgefiend Mauler Fiend kit, obviously, the Grey Knight's Nemesis Dread Knight, as obvious for the chassis, a load of Chaos accessory sprues with spikes, and Chaos Warrior shields and Chaos Marauders, I think they're called, the Barbarians, the small Hardy type one shields as well. I'm not sure if I've said Defiler, but I've used bits from the Defiler's kits as well, and in this one I've used a bit of Citadel Ruins. I think they're really old, but they still feel quite new, I suppose. So, like I say, what I found easiest, well, I'll be honest, nothing about this mini was easy, and I think that's because this was the first time I've done something quite as raw. And when I say raw, I mean really as scratch built as this, because I've always wanted to do something more mech-like for a demon engine. Because I've kind of fell out with the Mauler Fiend, Forgefiend models because they just look too dog types, and I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say upset, but I'm kind of like sick of how Games Workshop seems to view demons as more of a beastie type thing rather than more of a humanoid object. So I kind of wanted something a bit more mech-like and humanoid from the Dark-Mechanicum. So these are going to be painted in my own Dark-Mechanicum colours, because they're not one giant unified force. They are a series of cults, a bit like how the legions are divided into war bands and all that. So the fists as well are from a different game called RoboGear by Airfix, and with Airfix and RoboGear you can get it from Russia, but I know I've heard stories where it's been very hazy and a bit iffy about it, but like I say, that's only stories. I'm not sure where I can get it now. You could get it in the UK, but I'm not sure now. Bit stores will most likely have them if you search the right places, probably on eBay. You'll probably find a load of places which sell RoboGear bits by Airfix on eBay. So, without further ado, I'll show you as many possible angles from this Forgefiend, then I'll show you it with its weaponry on. So without further ado, let us begin. Okay, before I go any further with the weapons and stuff, I think I forgot to mention what I found hardest making this mini. Hardest thing I found was carving this out, because the Dread Knight legs are in a fixed position, and because they're on a fixed position you need to get a saw and you need carefully, like as carefully as possible, hack around that area which I did do, and it looks alright. I think what I want to do though is maybe try out a few cogs and stuff to fit into the joint between both of the hinges of that leg. A bit of leg, just to give it a bit more depth, honestly. And that's it. So, without further ado, I'll put the guns on and you'll have a look at the Forgefiends with ectoplasma cannons. So, first look. Okay, so I'm going to put this and replace those weapons with the Hades autocannons. So yeah, I basically just magnetised them onto the shoulders because I wanted something a bit more wacky looking, because these are crazy demon machines from hell. In background terms, I'm calling these units Arcangels just because it fits within the theme of like all fallen angels, which are basically what Chaos Space Marines are. So I'm going to just pause this a few seconds to show you every single angle. Okay, so we'll move on to the next conversion. Okay, so this is my second one. This is more dynamic. I did a few alterations because Chaos and everything's quite individual, you could say. Everything has a personality because machines are demons and demons are personalities and all that. So, I basically made this into a different pose, charging through all the rubble and wreckage of Eldar Wave Serpents, which it still needs to claim a Wave Serpent's life. One of these days, I'll call him Moby Dick, because he needs to catch his Wave Serpent. So, without further ado, big changes was the head's extended. I used a Dread Knight, the end of a Dread Knight side cannon to stick on the back of the head to add more detail, because aesthetically looking I didn't really like having a massive hole in the back of its head. I wanted something to look like a vent or something, so that when it fires its ectoplasma shot it looks like it'll be venting all over the place. So yeah, there's a few magma cutters in the back because I wanted it to look a little bit demon-like looking. It looks bulkier and it looks more demony as well, so I like that as well. The heavy use of bass guitar string as well. I found out that bass guitar wire is very, very nice for mechatendral wiring and all that, instead of trying to do me green stuff like I did on the Contemptor Dreadnought, which is good for really big stuff, but if I want to go for smaller like how I did, I wouldn't be able to achieve that with the green stuff idea, so I chose bass guitar string. So I'm going to show you what this model looks like from all angles now. Okay, so that is the Forgefiend, and I just want to kind of say that I enjoy this conversion a lot more than the other one, because my other one was kind of like my first one, but this is with a little bit of experience of knowing the limits of what the Grey Knight kit can and can't do. So I like that. I like this one a lot more because it looks a lot more demony and it feels like it fits a lot more in with like 40k and in the context of proportion, sorry. And the other one feels a little bit jazz handsy, like it's showbiz kind of thing. So I like it more for its pose, I guess. Not calling favouritism, obviously, because they're both my demon babies, but both of them are good Arcangels. I've had one game with them, and they've both done quite well, I think, with my use of tactics. So, onto the guns. Okay, now to say it with its Hades autocannons, and again I'll pause it a few times just to rotate the mini. Okay, so once again on the shoulders are the Hades autocannons. Okay, so that is all the weaponry, I suppose. Okay, so if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more conversions and more progress, whether it be work in progress or finished pieces, of my Ave Dominus Nox project of the Night Lords, then please give this channel a subscribe, give this video a like, and if there's anything you want to talk about, maybe construction, maybe something about the models, etc, etc, then please, I'm happy to discuss anything. Just please comment and all that, and give it a share if you feel like it. So basically, this is the Warpforge signing out, and remember, keep on forging.